What is poppin' YouTube? First live in a very long time. Appreciate doing this tonight. I know it is Monday Night Football. You know, I'm watching Monday Night Football too. We got 2 minutes left in the game. Maybe we could do a little bit of a Manning cast, but I'm here to just interact with you guys, to talk a little bit about fantasy football. We can rewind on what happened in week 3. We can look ahead to week 4. But before we do, let us hit that intro and then we will get started. I think the crazy thing about week 3 in particular is you start to really look at your team and realize, man, how are things going? Is this how I want things to be going? Because to be honest, you got to reevaluate your team sometimes. 3 weeks into the season, you can easily see, is my team a championship team? And what do I have to do to become a championship team? Right now, like I said, I'm watching the Giants and Cowboys game. So if you guys hop in here, want to ask some questions, ask some questions. If you're watching the replay, appreciate you being here as well. 3 weeks into the season, we are putting out more content this week, and we're just really excited. We need to see CeeDee Lamb do something. CeeDee Lamb needs to do something ASAP. ASAP, ASAP, ASAP. What is CeeDee Lamb doing this year? For real. For real. This I think I mentioned it before. My team's doing okay. My team is doing okay, not great. It's been better. It's been better for sure. But I'm winning in most of my leagues. So, yeah, like I said, if you are tuning in on Twitter, I cannot answer any questions for you on Twitter, so you would have to come over to YouTube. But I appreciate you tuning in on Twitter. I appreciate you tuning in anywhere, to be completely honest. Means a whole lot to me. And like I said, we're starting to look into week 4. Start and sit questions. Who do I pick up? Those kind of things. I just dropped my waiver wire video here today, and so we're just going to see. We're going to see what things happen. I know the game's on right now, so we got 2 minutes here left, and it looks like the Dallas Cowboys are sending out their punt team. Tony Pollard had an impressive run, a really impressive run. Is Zeke washed? I don't think so. I don't think he's washed, but Tony Pollard did. He was impressive. Rob, heavy hitter Rob, my man, he was asking me, do I start Melvin Gordon or do I start Tony Pollard? Earlier today, I was like, or like yesterday, I was like, bro, you got to go with Tony Pollard. So a lot more explosive beast. But like I said, appreciate anyone tuning in right now on your Monday night as you're watching Monday Night Football, looking ahead or reevaluating what happened this week. A lot of those hero RB, zero RB drafters are feeling really good about themselves right now because I'll be honest, these robust RBs, I had a league where I have Derrick Henry and Saquon, and they are 2 top 5 running backs right now, and my team is 1 and 2. And that's all you have to know. Like it's not looking too good for the running backs right now in the NFL for fantasy football points. Austin Eckler not looking too great. Dalvin Cook not looking great. Like all these players you picked in the first round, like even Derrick Henry, CMC, not feeling great. Like Saquon, we were feeling great after that week 1. We're like, oh, Saquon back. He back. But it hasn't been Saquon season like we would believe or hope so. So I don't know. But appreciate everyone tuning in here. You know what? We'll call this like the halftime show, like the fantasy football halftime show. You look this, you watch this, we interact, we have fun, and then we go back to watching the game because to be honest, it's only 6-3. It's not what we expected. Yesterday's game between San Francisco and the Denver Broncos, they're trying to let Russ cook, but it's kind of just what it is. Also, I was having audio trouble earlier today, so if you are hearing me clearly, let me know in the live chat. Would appreciate it so much. If you have any start sit questions for week 3, if we want to just rehash what happened, or for week 4, if you want to rehash what happened in week 3, I am here to talk with you guys. This is the whole focus of this live is to get back to interacting because let's just be honest. I took a whole week off. I don't know if you guys haven't watched my video from earlier today or saw any of my tweets from last week, like really unfortunate circumstances. Lost my dad last Sunday. So, it's hard for me to be doing this because I know dad always was watching or even supporting. So, making this content, like I'm getting back into it because I love it. And I know that's what my dad would want me to do. But, it's definitely been a hard time for sure. So appreciate all the support, all the love, and thanks so much for tuning in, having some fun here on a Monday night as we're heading into halftime for the Monday Night Football game. So let me know. Start sit questions for week 4, waiver wire questions for week 4, and or rehashing week 3. So like I said, chat is open. Phones are not open. I do not take phone calls. Maybe I should. Maybe that'd be an interesting dynamic to add into our fantasy lives, our YouTube lives. But right now we're just taking questions. So I got 3 viewers right now. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, I'm sure you're already subscribed to me. But if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. We're trying to put out more fantasy football content so that you win more fantasy football leagues and we have fun and we're building this community. I say we, meaning me, helps me out so much. My name is Caleb. I've been playing fantasy football since 2007. LaDainian Tomlinson was the 101. So, yep. How many leagues have I won? That's a great question. No one asked that, but I thought I would just contribute that. I have won multiple times. I don't know the exact number, but it's probably not as much as it should be, to be completely fair. I studied this too much not to win. I won some decent money last year, but nothing life-changing or crazy. So, but appreciate everyone being here. Heavy hitter Robert, you in here, my man. You are a legend in our YouTube channel as we're continuing to grow, as we're continuing to build. But I appreciate all that. No one has commented any questions, and so I'm just going to keep rambling. I can talk all day long. This is what I do. Full time for work, I do remote sales. So I'm constantly cold calling you or engaging with you, and that's what we're doing right here. And so if my mom and sister are also watching this live, and that means that there's really no one that knows fantasy football here, also appreciate it. Family members do support me as well. So all love and support to everybody that supports this YouTube channel. Now we are 8 minutes in and we have not had a question be asked. So listen, ask me a question. If you are on Twitter, come over to YouTube. I can get all your questions actually on YouTube. Twitter does not allow the stream to like pop up questions, which is like super dumb. So definitely hit me up over here on Twitter or on YouTube if you want any of your questions to be answered. And we're just going to continue to talk. Oh my goodness. Here is my sister coming in with the support. Liz, appreciate you being. How long have you been doing fantasy football? Since 2007. Were you not listening? Or I was just talking about it. 2007, girl. 2007. LaDainian Tomlinson was 101. The second pick, I can't even remember back that far. But it was LaDainian Tomlinson was a monster. And whoever had him ended up winning like every year. Liz, you also don't have to be watching this for real. You're a senior in high school, so. But more people will be jumping in here, hopefully, as we get into halftime here of the show, of the actual game. We got the Giants are really like grinding. I probably can't show this like on stream because, copyright reasons. I got copyrighted for putting highlights in one of my episodes, but we're seeing they're driving. Can we get a Saquon touchdown, please, for my fantasy football teams? Could we get a Saquon touchdown? I don't think we will, but one can only hope. A man can only hope. But like I said, we are here trying to make content. If you guys have any start sits questions, hit me up. If we want to rehash what happened in week 3, we can do that as well as waiver wire pickups. I just dropped my waiver wire video here today with my top 7. Surprise, surprise, my number 1 and number 2. We got Khalil Herbert at number 1, Alexander Madison at number 2. I saw Marco, really respect him. He's a great fantasy football analyst. Posted some tweet today saying, if you follow a fantasy football analyst that says to pick up Khalil Herbert or Alexander Madison, they're not giving good analysis. I mean, okay, that's fair. But like, there's people out there that don't know who the backups are on the Bears or didn't see that Khalil Herbert put up like the 3rd best fantasy points this week, which Khalil Herbert looking real good compared to David Montgomery. So I disagreed with him on that people like me should not just be like letting the masses know. Pick up Khalil Herbert. Pick up Alexander Madison. Pick up Romeo Doubs. Pick up Rashard White. Rashard White's an interesting one considering the fact that Tampa Bay is saying they've been giving the ball to Lenny. He has about 85% of the touches in the backfield, which is great if you're a Lenny owner. But they are saying that they want to start to diversify it a little bit more. They hope to get, according to Todd Bowles, they hope to get Rashard White and Keyshawn Vaughn the ball a little bit more involved. So if you see Rachaad White sitting there on the waiver wire, you got an extra spot with no expectation that this player might break out in a few weeks. Rachaad White, good pickup. Tyler Conklin, also very good pickup at tight end. If he's sitting out there, that man is a tight end 1. Now, it doesn't take a lot to be a tight end 1, but Tyler Conklin is a tight end 1. And that's what I'm saying. You got to go after those guys. So appreciate all 4 viewers. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. I'm sure you're already subscribed, but if you aren't, like and subscribe. What are you doing? We're trying to do these lives. Typically, when we do a live on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night, we got a lot more people in here asking questions, interacting, talking, starting sits. So I also do Dynasty Fantasy Football content too. So if you need any type of trade advice, need any type of fantasy football advice, I am here. I'm here. All questions. Chat is open. Chat is free and open and just ready. Just ready. You know, I think also too, Rob said that he was hoping for a tank top tonight, did not pull out the tank top. So also understand that. Also understand that I'm just wearing a black shirt here chilling in the basement. So appreciate everyone for their support of this channel. Like I said, my sister is the only one that has commented so far. So that tells you how successful I'm doing right now. So hopefully we get a few more people in here as we roll into halftime of this Giants game so we can interact so that we can talk about fantasy football. Ask any questions, ask any topics. We were going through, I'm starting to do my rankings for running back rankings for this week and then wide receiver rankings for this week. And one of the players, like the player that I'm so perplexed by, first, I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown, what a stud. What the way that he ended last season and is just continuing it on into this season, super exciting to see. Cooper Kupp, demolishing. But will Justin Jefferson bounce back this week? That's a question. And CeeDee Lamb, for all of us watching this Monday Night Football game with the Giants driving with Daniel Jones, we really need to figure out what's happening with CeeDee Lamb, because otherwise, is he the alpha? In Dynasty, I had him as my wide receiver, wide receiver 4 this coming into the season, and my man, maybe we should have sold high. I thought there was a world where he got 160 targets and was able to become that superstar alpha that we just know CeeDee Lamb could be. Because you watch him, you watch the way how smooth he is when he catches it. You see those smooth routes. You're like, man, that man can just get the ball more. Now, I know Dak's injured, so we can't necessarily put all the blame on CeeDee Lamb. But last year he had Dak and still wasn't putting up crazy numbers. I know he was competing with Amari Cooper. There was a lot of target competition, but there's a lot of target competition, in any good offense that you play in. So will CeeDee Lamb actually become the alpha that we're hoping for? I don't know. Also, if you are joining, questions, the Q&A is open. So ask any questions in the chat. We're talking trade question. We're talking waiver wire question. We're talking start and sits for week 4. We're already looking into week 4. Isn't that crazy? Week 4 start and sits. So appreciate you guys tuning in as well. We're trying to create this content, trying to grow the channel. Right now, we hit 100 subs 2 weeks ago. So that is super great. Took last week off, had some family business to take care of, family issues. So appreciate all you guys for tuning in here tonight as we're looking at into halftime of this Giants and Cowboys game. And it's not good. It's not good. 6-3. It has not been exciting. We as a fantasy football community, as well as an NFL community, having last night's game between the Broncos and 49ers be awful on offense. And then we're getting this again tonight. We deserve better. We deserve better as a community. And so I've been live for 15 minutes now. So if you want to ask any questions, we will be live all halftime here answering questions. I am here. As long as you guys are here, as long as you have questions for me, I will answer your questions. But if we do not have any questions, I mean, you know what? We can always go back to watching the game. So appreciate everyone for tuning in here tonight, being here. Like I said, any questions, waiver wire questions, start sits for next week, as well as my opinions on players. We're here. We are here for you. So appreciate everyone here for tuning in as we continue on. Noah, I don't know if you're in here, but I'm excited to do the podcast for this week as well. So Rob, I think you're in here, dude. Rob, let yourself be known in the YouTube chat. Let your presence be felt. Unless you're watching it on YouTube TV and then you don't want to leave. Because I understand when you swiggle that away. So my man, Rob, big supporter of the channel. One of the OGs. Appreciate you being here, my man. Appreciate you being here. we're looking like we just had a penalty here for against the Giants. It's 3rd and 23. Daniel Jones, get your act together. Brian Dable, get your act together. We need some points here. We need some points here. But like I said, any questions? I let Rob down this week majorly. Rob asked, what did he say? So he asked about Tony Pollard or Melvin Gordon. I'm feeling pretty good about my Tony Pollard pick. I know it's still another half to play. But then he asked me, do I play Treylon, Baby I Burks, or Mac Daddy Hollins? He asked me that yesterday at 12:30. And my dumb butt thought, you know what? It's Treylon Burks season, baby. We're going to roll with Treylon Burks. And then you know what happened? Mac friggin' Daddy Hollins put up the top 4 fantasy production with 30 points. He was like, it was a brutal day for fantasy. Like there wasn't a lot of like amazing scores, but if you would have played Mac Daddy Hollins, Rob, you probably would have won. And I don't know, maybe you're still going to win with Treylon Burks, and then you won't hate me as much. But you're still tuning in. You're still a supporter of the channel. I made the wrong call. I did not believe in Matt Collins, but he is on the waiver wire video for this week. I don't think it's going to be hard for me to start him over who you're going to have to start him over. I mean, you're in typical just 12-man redraft leagues, you're going to be looking at like Matt Collins compared to like Jerry Jeudy. Like, let's throw that in. Like maybe you are gutsy and you're like, oh yeah, I can start Hollins over, Jerry Jeudy. And I'd be like, that's risky, man. Devontae Adams, all the targets that were going his way. I know Matt Collins had 9 targets this last week, and then Devontae Adams had 8. So he out-targeted Devontae Adams. But then you have Darren Waller still in the mix. Hunter Renfrow has been injured. I mean, I don't know. Also, did Kenny Golladay just get like his first catch of the season? Or did he miss that catch? Kenny Golladay sighting, though, here on the Caleb Nemi YouTube channel. 5 viewers right now. Does anyone have any fantasy football questions? I've just been over here rambling. And I want to talk about the content that you want to talk about. So if you have any fantasy football questions, any fantasy football advice, any trade questions, hit your boy up. This is a listener viewer led show. So appreciate everyone for tuning in here tonight. To my 5 viewers, means a lot to have you guys all here, all back as we kind of get this YouTube thing going back again. So appreciate all the love and all the support. I think the harder thing is just where you value, where you value these guys. Like Dalvin Cook going to be out probably. There's rumors that he's going to play this next week. And so where does that fall in your rankings? Where's that going to fall? I'm going to have to determine that. DeAndre Swift, there's rumors that he's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. Listen, I'll say this boldly right now. I had DeAndre Swift as my RB11 in my redraft rankings. I had one draft where I just ignored my rankings and I went with consensus rankings. I'm just going to be honest. I went with, who did I go with? I went with Dalvin Cook at 7. And then at the turnaround, I went with DeAndre Swift. And I felt so good about my Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Swift team. And I am absolutely getting myself manhandled in this league. And I should have just listened to myself. I could have drafted Saquon. I could have drafted Javonte. Not that Javonte's doing great. 45% of the snaps yesterday, what the heck? He's the most talented running back in that backfield. No, I should never have. And this is the thing. It's a money league too. I should have listened to myself and been like, you know what? We're not drafting ourselves some Dalvin Cook here. I could have. The thing is, the problem was I could have gone Joe Mixon, but we're living in the past. And then the other issue is I was all in on Trey Lance in the 9th round of redraft leagues, all the way in. And granted, we cannot predict injuries on this channel, and that's why we go for upside. We shot for upside, and it shot us in the butt. And that's what happened. We shot for upside, and it just was unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But to my 5 viewers, appreciate you being here. Hear me talking about my failures as a fantasy football player, as a fantasy football analysis. I really did I wasn't as in on A-Rob this season. To be honest, I wasn't. I wasn't, but I got him in a few spots. Like I had a few leagues where he fell into like the late 5th, early 6th. I was like, man, you got to pull the trigger. He's playing with Matthew Stafford, Robert Woods. Even though he was playing across from Cooper Kupp, he was still the wide receiver 13, 14 before he got hurt. My guy is open and still can't make the catch or still is not getting targeted. It is bizarre. Okay, we just got into halftime. We just got into halftime here, boys. So hit me up with questions. We are 20 minutes into this live stream. If we don't get more questions by 30 minutes, I'll let you guys be. I'll let you guys be. But we are answering any fantasy football questions here on this Monday night. This could be your halftime show. This could be your fantasy football halftime show. Maybe we should make this a regular. Maybe we should make a Monday night fantasy football halftime show like what we do. And we could then rehash. Ooh, Ricardo coming in. Ricardo, my guy. Appreciate you being here. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, like the stream. Appreciate you being here, my guy. Is it time to drop DJ Moore? Ooh, asking the juicy questions that everyone is thinking in their mind. I don't think it's time yet because the talent has been proven. Every year, 165 targets. Now, at this point, we just need to admit Baker Mayfield might be a wide receiver killer. Like maybe Odell Beckham was right. Maybe Baker is really the issue. The talent is too much. If you drop him on the waiver wire, like if you're in like a 10-man league and it's super shallow rosters, like please, like don't play in a 10-man league. Like that's the issue that happens. No, if you're in a 12-man league, like you can't drop him. You got to just hold him there on your bench. Like you're not starting him. Like I agree, you're not starting him at all. But DJ Moore does have the talent. He is only 25 years old. He is going to be entering the prime of his career, and he's proven that he can get that elite level target share. Now, he doesn't have the elite level touchdown ceiling like you're asking every season for like 4 or 5 touchdowns from DJ Moore, but it's bad. Trust me, I know it's bad. I'm actually, if you can go like swing, like if you can go buy DJ Moore for like a wide receiver 38 through 42, which I think you can sometimes do. I'm saying that without giving like an example. Let me quickly go look and see someone that I would trade. Let's go down. Okay. I'll give you some examples of guys. So DJ Moore right now, he's wide receiver 36 on the season. So I'm not that worried. But these are people, if I had them, I'd be trying to trade for DJ Moore. I'd be trying to trade Gabe Davis for DJ Moore straight up. Like if I had Gabe Davis, I'd want DJ Moore. Okay. And you could call me crazy. Call me crazy all you want. Tyler Lockett right now. You could probably flip Tyler Lockett for DJ Moore. Tyler Boyd would be another one. I would go try to see if I can send Tyler Boyd over for DJ Moore. Jacoby Myers. Even though Jacoby Myers is very underrated, always put up solid fantasy football stats. He's not elite. Trade Jacoby Myers for DJ Moore. Robbie Anderson is a lot higher. A lot of people are a lot higher on Robbie Anderson because he had that major week. So if you play in a league where people aren't actually looking at the stats, because we play here on our channel, we like to play on a points per game basis, which means we are trying to put whoever's going to, granted, okay, cool. Like you want the guys that get the most points per game. Like that's cool. But like a lot of people, when they're like, oh, this guy's a wide receiver 1, like, yeah, he's just been healthy. Like that's sometimes the argument that happens. So we are basing our stats on points per game, what they do that helps you win your week. Greg Dortch for Arizona would be someone you might be able to flip for DJ Moore. Let's see. I'm trying to think of, yeah, like those are just some examples. But yes, Ricardo, do not drop DJ Moore. You hear me? Do not drop him. We are staying steady. It's not going to get better. Dude, the next 2 weeks are going to be brutal too. So like, just acknowledge that maybe we made a mistake drafting him in the 4th round. Cool. There was a lot of mistakes in the 4th round. The worst part is there was a lot of mistakes in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd rounds as well. But like as always, we were all bashing in the fantasy football community. The last week, I went and bought Kyle Pitts almost everywhere. I went and bought him in my redraft leagues. I just actually flipped in one of my dynasty leagues. I traded DK Metcalf and who else did I trade? I traded DK Metcalf and somebody else for Mike Gesicki or for Kyle Pitts and Allen Robinson. And I felt super good about that trade. I felt very good getting Kyle Pitts. So, and then of course he goes off. And what do you know? We got to bet on the talent. We bet on the talent. So Ricardo, we're betting on the talent, DJ Moore. So if you're just tuning in, appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Helps me so much on the channel. We are going for 200 subs. 200 subs. That's our goal. That is our North Point star. we are building a community. I'm building a community here with all of you because we're trying to get better at fantasy football. And I'm answering all your questions. So I know it's halftime. We are here to talk fantasy football, especially heading into week 3, or not heading into week 3, excuse me, heading into week 4, revisiting week 3, as well as talking waiver wire ads, just like Ricardo did. Is it time to drop DJ Moore? Like, who are other guys? Travis Etienne, big disappointment so far. We on the channel have been super high on Travis Etienne. Why were we high on Travis Etienne? The potential receiving upside that man has, as well as the fact that he was playing with his college quarterback. We thought things were going to get better. We thought that Urban Meyer, things could not have gotten worse. And let's be honest, Trevor Lawrence is looking better. They are looking better. Christian Kirk, my man, popping off. But what's going to happen with Travis Etienne? What is going to happen to, James Robinson, that target snake? Travis Etienne, I think he's going to be fine. But James Robinson does look good. Whoever fixed his Achilles needs to fix all Achilles from here on out forward. Like, impressive. Oh, my man, Lucas, popping into the stream. Appreciate you being here, my guy. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. If you like the content, maybe you should do that first before I respond. Otherwise, you might not like what I say. Who should I trade Nick Chubb for? Well, you have the running back 1 on the season. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to depend on what you want to do. Who would I be trading Nick Chubb for? So yeah, right now he is. Yeah, I think he's still the RB1. I need to double check that after this week. I mean, I'm holding Nick Chubb, to be completely honest, Lucas. I thought the upside wasn't there. I mean, I think like you would have to just target like, oh, Lucas, you did like us, my guy. But yeah, Nick Chubb, I'm saying like you got to target the top guys because I would sell him. If you can do this, this is who I'd be going for. I'm talking like you're targeting Jonathan Taylor, check. I'm targeting CMC because I think he's got the upside, check. Other than that, like there's not many guys. Like I didn't think Nick Chubb had this in him. Because he's been averaging, I think he's averaging like 20 fantasy points a game on a PPR basis. So that's you're looking at Jonathan Taylor or CMC. Now, depending, maybe you're not a CMC fan, and then I would argue like I think CMC has elite level upside, but it's the same argument that DJ Moore. Like the offense has just been so bad. So you're kind of playing with fire here. You're playing with fire here, my guy. But those would be the two guys I'd be targeting. If you can't get them, then I'm just holding Nick Chubb. Just enjoy the Cleveland Browns offensive line, the lack of quarterback play that's allowing Nick Chubb to just run the ball. Kareem Hunt too. Like this is the other thing that's impressive. Kareem Hunt, I think, is what right now. I think he's like RB like 10 to 12. So like the fact that Nick Chubb is the running back 1, and like we just need to accept like this backfield is doubly good. And so those would be people that I'm targeting, Lucas, if I were you. My man, Caleb Jurgens, bro. To anyone on the stream, Caleb is my lifelong best friend. Shout out to him. What do you think of Josh Allen, Go Bills? Okay. First off, I know you don't play a lot of fantasy football, so I just appreciate you being here, my guy. Josh Allen, he's the quarterback 1. Dude's playing amazing. So Caleb grew up in Ohio, but then full-time job. He went out to Buffalo for 3 years? And so, of course, when you live out in Buffalo, New York, you then become a Buffalo Bills fan. But now my man is moved on, got a better job living out in Vermont. So happy for you, guy. Happy for you, Caleb. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, Josh Allen, he is he's the QB1 right now. So can't say enough good things about Josh Allen. So yeah, like I said, everyone, appreciate you guys being here. If you haven't already, liked and subscribe, helps me out a lot on the channel as we're continuing to go. 200 is our next goal. But we're doing lives like this. I'm doing one tomorrow, doing one on Wednesday, doing one on Thursday. Like we popping off on the lives because we want to help you guys win your fantasy football league. Oh, okay. Lucas, you're here. Lucas, any more questions? Any more things that you have to consider on your team? Let me know. Pop any questions into the chat. We are having a little bit of our own fantasy football halftime show here tonight as we're in between, halftime here for the Cowboys and Giants game. Hopefully audio is good. I had some issues with audio earlier today when I was doing my waiver wire video ads. So if you haven't checked out that video too, when we're done with this, appreciate even if you just watched a few seconds of it and liked it. Helps me out a ton. Helps me out on the algorithm. We're trying to get more people to join us and talk fantasy football because that's what we do. We're lame. People think we're lame. Like they think, oh my goodness, I play fantasy football but then I watched someone on YouTube talk about it. So, but we're not lame because we're amazing. And this is what we do. Ooh. Heavy hitter Rob. Dude, I gave you a shout out earlier. I hope you were listening because otherwise, halftime show. Let's go. Yeah, this is the halftime show that you got to get. How about that CD drop? Oh, dude, I was talking about this earlier. Like the CD Lamb, this is the year. Like for both redraft and for dynasty, where this man, it's make or break it. And I almost wish I would have sold him everywhere. I regret drafting him. I got him in a few drafts, like at the end of the second, early third. And that just felt like a mistake. I was taking CeeDee Lamb over Tyreek Hill, and that wasn't me like being a hater on Tyreek Hill. I just did not believe in Tua at all. And granted, I'm getting proven wrong. Getting absolutely proven wrong. CeeDee freaking Lamb. Dude. That's all that I need him. I need him to become the star that we know he is. Otherwise, all this is lost. All this is lost. But I appreciate my man Rob. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Well, appreciate you too, bro. Lucas comes in. Jalen Hurts, Nick Chubb, Miles Sanders, Waddle, Hill, Everett, Brown, Burks, Saints D as my starters. Any changes I should make? Oh, I also have Breece Hall and Chris Olave on my bench. Yeah, no. I would, Lucas, I'm going to mess with you and say that you play in a 10-man league, but I probably know this is a 12-man league. Because you probably, Jalen Hurts, you got like the QB 1 or 2 right now. I mean, I think Lamar Jackson's the QB 1 right now after this week. So Jalen Hurts, QB 2, Nick Chubb, RB 1, Miles Sanders. I think he's somewhere like the RB 15, Waddle and Hill. So you got both elite level wide receivers for the Dolphins. Everett is like the tight end 7. Brown, which I assume you mean Hollywood Brown, Lucas. You said it's a 12-man league. Cool. Yeah, cool. I think it's Hollywood Brown. I love me some Hollywood Brown. Burks, I thought it was his breakout game this week. So did Rob, but Hollins destroyed us on that pick. Yeah, I like it. I think you got good depth. I really like Breece Hall. If you are here in the stream and you have not tried to go buy Breece Hall anywhere, go try to buy Breece Hall. If you look at his snap share the last few weeks, it's going up and up and up. And once Breece Hall becomes that 60, 65% snap share guy, like you're going to love that as your RB3. So go trade for him now while your league mates are thinking that he is not going to be anything special, because he is going to be something special based on his metrics, based on his draft capital. The Jets will use him. Heavy hitter Rob, time to make some trades. What are some true buy low candidates that you think are currently undervalued? Great. Right now, Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, those 4th round running backs or late 3rd. I think a lot of people are getting a little bit scared about them. I would be looking to buy those guys, especially because you can probably trade a wide receiver 3 that you're probably not going to be using too much, or even maybe a wide receiver 2, and you can find production like that on the waiver wire. So usually, like right around this time, I like to find the managers that are scared of their running back props. So maybe someone like another good buy low. I guess you said true buy lows, but like I would argue that like Jonathan Taylor and CMC are buy lows too. Like I know I'm picking on the top guys, but like I think like a lot of people would be concerned about their production. If we're talking like true, I guess true buy lows. I know like people like talk about that. So let me pull up some stats really quick here, Rob, so I can give you some actual names of guys that I really like. I mean, I guess CeeDee Lamb could be a buy low. I think Brandon Ayuk could be a buy low. I mean, he had a pretty good game this last game, but I like those guys as buy lows. Adam Thielen, I know he just had a good game, but I think Adam Thielen could be a decent buy low. We talked, had a tweet go like not viral, but like it felt pretty good for me. Maybe 3 weeks ago, I talked about Elijah Moore, and if you watch a lot of the tape, like Elijah Moore's open. So like if all of a sudden, I just saw you just said Elijah Moore, Rob. I know it came through late. Yeah, that's someone I like. Not Darrell Henderson for sure, and I know you said I was thinking Josh Jacobs, Elijah Moore. Yeah. Like I do like Josh Jacobs, but I don't think it's like super buy low. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking here, Rob. So those are some guys off the top. It's also hard too. Romeo Dobbs isn't buy low, but like waiver wire, like put your name on that guy. He had the preseason hype. We as a channel, we're not buying the 10th round draft capital, but in a lot of leagues, my man is on the waiver wire, so he's there. Also Juju Smith-Schuster. every time I watch, I am impressed with how much he is open. I know he hasn't like produced like elite level stats for the Chiefs, but I do still believe that he's the best wide receiver for the Chiefs. Plus that like I know this is like this has absolutely nothing to do with fantasy football, but that visor, the black visor, bro kind of looks like Megatron a little bit, like the DK Metcalf. Like I'm a little bit more intimidated. So yeah, Lucas, I know we came in on all this. It says, should I start Breece Hall or Miles Sanders at RB2? I'm starting Miles Sanders until Breece Hall gets more of the snap share. But I think you having Breece Hall as your RB3 makes it feel very, very good. Lucas, like I said, I appreciate you being here, my guy. We have Mario coming in here. Mario or Maria. Oh my gosh. Maria. Sincere apologies for just bashing your name into the ground. I appreciate you being here. Maria, can I be honest with you? I think you might be one of the first females that has found this channel. And we, as a channel, mostly me, has been pushing the fact that we need more females in fantasy football. It is imperative. And I hate to say it, it's like the stock market. Like if you have like I am married, so like my wife and we're in the stock market, trying to make extra money, and that's not why you're here. But what I'm saying is she always makes better picks than me. So we need more women here in the thing. And I know the third quarter just started for the game, but I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. You say Kamara for Allen. I have Fournette and CMC. Like, are you talking Josh Allen? Maria, let me know. Are you talking Josh Allen? If it's Josh Allen and you can trade Kamara for Josh Allen, I have Fournette and CMC. I mean, depends on settings too. Is it for? Let me know if it's Josh Allen, and also let me know if it's 4-point touchdown or 6-point touchdown, because that might change my opinion just a little bit, Maria. But I'm kind of liking it. Because Kamara has been buns, and so. Keenan Allen. Oh, for Keenan Allen, heavy hitter. That might be who it is, heavy hitter, Rob. Rob, appreciate that. Yeah, Kamara for Allen. I have Fournette and CMC. I think I'm still keeping Kamara. The upside, the way that, if it's Keenan, we are keeping Kamara. If it's Josh Allen, it's a closer discussion, Maria. So appreciate you being here, Maria. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 200 subs. Because from here, it's the rocket ship. Oh, it's Josh Allen. Yo, chat, it's Josh Allen. You have Wilson as my QB. Oh, yeah, that's brutal. Russell Wilson. Russ is not cooking at all. Russ is not cooking. So, I think I'm gonna lean it. I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say go for it, because I think you're gonna win a lot more weeks. I know that. Yeah, it was Josh. We just didn't think it was Josh. We didn't think someone would offer you Josh for if you can do it for Alvin Kamara, for sure. For sure. I like that you already have Fournette and CMC, so you feel like the fact is, if the deal doesn't happen, you're in a good spot. I know it's probably the production hasn't been there. You're still in a good spot. Like, I want to tell you that you have like the running back depth. But if you can get Josh Allen on that team, upside's high. Let me know, Maria, who are your wide receivers? Who are your wide receivers? And we'll keep talking about your team. Lucas, this is my first video I've watched of you, but I think this is one of the best fantasy football channels. Lucas, man, you're making my heart happy, man. You're making me blush a little bit over here. Don't be calling me out like that on the, don't be hyping me up too much. But I appreciate you being here, my guy. You said Breece Hall. Oh yeah, we already answered that. Is it time to drop Mooney? Oh, well, I felt terrible because what was it? I was really pushing Cole Kmet this offseason. Like, I was like, oh, Cole Kmet, 10th round. He only has to compete with Mooney, and that's it. And then, of course, Equest St. Brown has been the best wide receiver for the Bears, and it's just terrible, man. It's just terrible. Like, I could have seen it coming. I mean, we could have seen it coming. Like, the Bears are just bad. Can we just admit that? I mean, everyone knows that. They're the worst 2-1 team we've ever seen. And I'm an Ohio State fan, and Justin Fields is out here not doing good at all. It makes me upset. It makes me upset just slightly. Is it time to drop him? I would hold on another week or two. We do know the talent. You did spend a 6th or 7th round pick. So hopefully you have enough wide receiver depth to fluctuate and not have to start him. But if you're in a super desperate spot, then I understand if you have to drop him. We've seen no signs of life. Absolutely no signs of life. So, oh, Maria, girl, you are Agree we need more women. I'm the only one who's 3-0 in my league. You know what? See, another example. Like, women sometimes are just superior to men. It's so sad. Like, and the thing is, we've had fantasy football. Like majority, it's been a male dominant fantasy sport. But look at this. Maria comes in here and she's 3-0 in her league. And yeah, Lucas, it's a nice record. It's a nice record. She's absolutely demolishing that 3-0 team. And if she gets Josh Allen here, we might be looking at, there's no hope for anybody else in her league. Okay, so her wide receivers. So if you're just tuning in, Maria is trying to debate whether she's going to trade Kamara for Josh Allen. Her other running backs are CMC and Leonard Fournette. So she does have these. She went robust RB in her draft, has solid running backs. And now we're trying to determine, do we go for a high upside of getting that elite quarterback ceiling? Now, I know Josh Allen is probably like what, QB3 or QB4 on a points per game basis right now because he's behind Jalen Hurts and behind Lamar Jackson. But Josh Allen, we know who he is. We've seen who he is. So her wide receivers are Sutton, Deontay Johnson, Julio Jones, DJ Moore, and Olave. Okay. So we got good wide receivers because Deontay Johnson, even though I forget how many points he had this last week, but he's been getting the targets. Sutton finally had some brink of life this week, like we saw him. Julio Jones is going to be on and off injured. DJ Moore, like we said, he's talented earlier in the stream, but it just hasn't happened. So DJ Moore's probably going to be on the bench, and Olave has to be in your lineup for the upcoming weeks, just due to the target competition. I'm definitely trading Kamara for Josh Allen because Russell Wilson is your quarterback. I like that you got the Russell Wilson Sutton stack, and maybe most analysts would say just wait on Alvin Kamara. There'll be a game. If you can sell high on Alvin Kamara and get Josh Allen, like especially Sue Maria, is it how many points per touchdown is it? Let me know. If you could, Rob, you're asking all the hard questions, like the buy lows, and then this. If you could redraft today, what would be your top 12? Oh my goodness! If I could redraft today, who would be my top 12? Oh man, I mean, I still think you have to take. I think it's a lot of the same guys. It's just mix match now. So, I mean, you still have to take Jonathan Taylor 101. I mean, just even still, like his usage, like it hasn't been great, but like we're still taking Jonathan Taylor number 1. I'm still a believer in CMC, so I'm still taking CMC at 102. 103, I'm taking Cooper Kupp. Okay, Cooper Kupp 103. 104, I'm taking Stephon Diggs. Now, Stephon Diggs for us was around 110, so he made a giant leap forward. So 104. Stephon Diggs. 105, Justin Jefferson. Okay. And this is where it gets a little bit different. And then 106, we're taking Jamar Chase. So we have all those wide receivers, those high-end wide receiver ones, all of a sudden get pushed up the board. 107 is where it gets interesting because none of these running backs have produced at all. Like, you know what? But 107, we will be taking Derrick Henry there. Just based on the volume. He finally had a good week. Now, it was touchdown dependent. Did feel touchdown dependent, but he did get some of the receiving work. And so we're putting Derrick Henry at 107. 108, we are putting I'm going to put Joe Mixon still. I know he just got injured. I know it's been terrible for the Bengals, but we're still going to have to look there at the upside and the work that he is getting. 109, we're going to pick Nick Chubb. Can Nick Chubb keep it up? I don't know. But 109, we're going to pick Nick Chubb. 110, we're moving up. We're going to move up Jalen Waddle. We're going to put Jalen Waddle at 110. Now, that's bold. But after what we've seen the targets. We've seen the way that he's been able to produce. Jalen Waddle is there. 111, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Crazy value because you could get him in the 5th, and now we're here in this fake reality drafting him at our 111 spot. As Heavy Hitter Rob says, at 110 we need Matt Collins. Yeah, no. He's not in the first round. But then 112, I'm going to put Tyreek Hill. So I think what we realize right now is these receivers are absolutely demolishing. So the receivers just really get pushed up the board when we're reevaluating the ways, especially if we're playing in a PPR format. We reevaluate those receivers, and that's kind of who I have. So you said 6 points for touchdown. Oh, for sure. Kamara for Josh Allen all day, Maria. If you can get that done. I'm Now knowing it's 6 points per touchdown, I think it might be a little bit harder to trade Kamara for Josh Allen. But if the Josh Allen owner has a very solid backup, I could see there being no reason that you cannot get it done. But like I said, appreciate all you guys for tuning in here tonight. We're doing more lives. We're doing a live tomorrow. We're doing a live on Wednesday. I just put out more content. So I just appreciate you guys all being here. We are 1 subscriber away from hitting 110 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed already and you're popping in here, subscribe. Helps me out. Helps out the algorithm. We want to engage with you. We want to get you in these lives so that we can continue talking about fantasy football content. Lucas says got offered Miles Sanders for Kamara. Good trade. Did you trade Kamara? Oh, enjoy the game and thank you. Oh, appreciate that, Lucas. Appreciate you being here. Did you got offered Miles Sanders for Kamara? Good trade. Like if you're getting Kamara in that deal, I still want that, even though I know Miles Sanders is. I think that's selling high on Miles Sanders, and that's what I want to do if you get an offer like that. If not, you're just holding because his production on an elite level offense has been good. So those are my thoughts with that. Oh, got offered? Yeah, take Kamara. Take Kamara. Kamara's the one I want in that deal. But also understand if you're like, I really think Miles Sanders, like, he's playing in a better offense. Like, I understand that. Like, we haven't seen a lot from Kamara to scream, this guy's going to be elite. But it's now or never. We've seen the talent. Like, the 8-point touchdown game back, two Christmas games ago. That was nasty. And he still has that upside. The Saints just need to figure out their offense. And like Michael Thomas had a down week. It was a down week for the Saints offense this week. If I don't get Josh A, I can get Chase, still a good trade. Jamar Chase? Yeah. For Kamara? Yeah, for sure. Josh Allen, Jamar Chase. I like both those players for you, Maria, for sure. Swing the fences. Both those guys have a lot more upside than Kamara. But like in the last trade, when we're talking Miles Sanders versus Alvin Kamara, we like the upside of Kamara there. Lucas, I appreciate you being here. Really do. Really do. I hope you're in a lot more of these lives because it just feels better when we get more people in the lives, when we're interacting, when we're talking. But yeah, like I said, more questions. Pop in more questions. If more questions don't start to come in, we might end the stream here. But like I said, I appreciate you guys all so much for being here. I say guys, Maria, guys and girls, I appreciate you being here. I really do. It means a lot. Like I said, live tomorrow, video drop today. Got another video dropping tomorrow. We're doing running back rankings, running back tier list for this week. Wednesday, we got our wide receiver tier list. I'm actually in the process of editing TikTok, YouTube short. So that will be there too. Like if you want to find me in other places, like I am on Twitter. If you see my little Twitter thing, it's right there. Also on TikTok, where you just type in Caleb Nemi and that'll pop up. I don't got as many followers there either. So I'm trying to get to 100 TikTok followers. So if you want to help me out, get there. We're so close. And yeah, I'm just excited to interact with you, talk more about fantasy football, and we'll just continue doing it. Definitely will be. Hey, Lucas, appreciate you. I'm going to go watch the game, but thank you a lot. Yeah, go watch the game. That's what I'm about to go do. I'm about to go watch this game as well. So enjoy football tonight, and we'll be back here tomorrow to answer all your questions. And thanks so much for participating here tonight, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.